Yeah, this isn't working. I had a whole like video lined up I was working on. I had a whole Johnny Silverhand bit going for it. I was pinned my whole arm silver, and like it just wasn't working. So I'm just gonna do this off the dome and do this a new video. Here we go. Cyberpunk 2077 and the
Got to pay the price.
Now, what do I mean when I say the itch? Well, let's go from its starting place. What I want to talk about is the trailers for when the game came out, and like you had like V climbing on walls, jumping on people, just like going back and forth between people, just solid tossing people left and right, and that just wasn't what the game was going to turn out. But when that trailer was shown, that's when that itch started. The itch to play a real Western RPG that just like gave real freedom of movement. But of course, it evolved from there as gameplay was shown and more of the game was shown, and like the trailers and early E3 demos that they showed, back when E3 was around, but where they had more vertical gameplay. Because these high-rise, it's a cyberpunk dystopia. You got these high-rise buildings, where you have multiple levels to a city, and that really never came to fruition. I understand why. It's hard, honestly, to try and program something back then, which at the time was like 2015 when they were showing that, 2017. It was quite a feat. I honestly don't even think it's possible to do that kind of vertical movement in the way that they wanted even now, just because games aren't there yet, and that's okay. But as you saw more, it gave you more of that itch to get something that only Cyberpunk can deliver. And when the game finally came out, it sucked. I mean, honestly, it was a buggy mess. Like, it wasn't what it was promised to be, and most people were pretty angry about that. I was okay with it, I'm okay with games coming out like that. Especially when it's a kind of like a new game that a lot of people haven't seen the likes of, so they kind of made a Bethesda game instead, which I'm fine with. Love Bethesda games. But it was, just not very good. And, you got this new itch, not to see what you could do, but just what it could show you, to get to the end, that itch to really get in there. But, as you get through the game, you get through these game-breaking glitches, and then you see like some pretty sick daemon glitches. Or what do I mean by a daemon glitch? Well, I mean like, let's take the Berserk Cyberware glitch for example. You had like, when you equip the Berserk Cyberware, pretty useless. Like, you got a rage mode and it gave you like bonus HP and bonus attack and something like that, bonus stand mode. But if you blocked and dashed and used it at the same time, you achieved great movement, and you were just able to just blitz right on through areas. I mean, you were faster than a car, and you could, for some reason, I think it gave you invincibility too, so you could just like do massive damage after dashing through a bunch of enemies, and you just bounced around. You were a pinball, and it was just pretty fun, and that's like a really amazing glitch to find. It really makes the gameplay more memorable, more fun. But then you get to those game-breaking glitches, like when it's the Pan Am quest. I don't remember the name of the quest because I do not keep that in my RAM space of my brain. Like, there's no reason to keep that stuff in my brain. I don't care about that. If you keep that in your brain, like, good for you, but nah. But anyways, in this Pan Am quest, you have to get to this power station, and at one point, if you don't have the right skill checks to get around it, you have to break through a window and climb through. Now, normally this would be pretty fine, but in this quest, normally this would be fine, but in this version of the game, if you went through a window and not all of the glass was broken and not on the window still, for some reason it would just launch you like 3 miles out. And on this quest, you can't call your car, so like you have to walk back, and that's fun. Just waste like 20 minutes walking back. But the Berserk Cyberpunk glitch, you could just move faster in your car, so it doesn't really matter. So you get that like real bimodal gameplay, and that's what I really wanted to find. Is it gave me a new itch in there to get that bimodal gameplay through game breaking glitches. Really breaking the firewalls of the game. And as the years went by, that's kind of how I like to play Cyberpunk. I wanted to break the game as much as I could to its point where it was still fun, and that's what I wanted to do. And then I dipped a little bit into mods, and honestly the mods weren't very good, and I just wanted to really push Cyberpunk to its limits and really make it my own. And that was the real itch that came over me. I kept wanting to come back and really see how I could break Cyberpunk in a new way. And then it changed. Cyberpunk got an update, the 2.0 update, the Phantom Liberty update. The game was fixed, as they say. And, well, it was good. The game was now 8 out of 10 AAA game, honestly, now. They fixed the quests. Instead of side quests being just like an afterthought checklist, it's just more of like an actual storyline, and they actually matter to the plot sometimes, but like, not actually, but like, you saw evidence of what you were doing in the world, and in a Western RPG, that's kind of what I like to see, the evidence of your actions, even if they don't really change much. But they took out all the bugs, so, Cyberpunk was just really a great game now. Minus the impressive cog. Now the new hits was there. Now we had this game that I wanted to see what it could show me again. And it showed me great things. Just amazing missions, great storytelling, great writing into how the gameplay worked, changes in gameplay, stuff I didn't really expect like this. Did you know if you go to the Reed storyline in Phantom Liberty, it turns into a horror section at one point? That is amazing. You put horror into a Western RPG, that's pretty great. Love the game now. But that itch, it's starting to fade. But then every time I think about it, I come back and I go, no, the itch is still there. I want to play the game. But I just want to play with those bugs again. It just makes me want to break the game in new ways, and I just can't figure out ways. It's all because they turned it into some kind of palatable experience. I don't understand, why would they change the great parts of the game? Those weren't bugs, they were a feature. All I had to change because of some corpo cunts had to change everything we wanted about the game. We loved what it was. We wanted to make that our own game, make it an independent thing. But no, we had to make it palatable to a modern gaming audience. I saw corpse strip farmers of water and eventually land. So I'm transformed Night City into a machine fueled by people's crushed spirits, broken dreams, and empty pockets. Corpse long controlled our lives, taking lots. And now you're after our souls? I've declared war not because capitalism is a thorn in my side or out of nostalgia for an America gone by. This war is a people's war. A war against a system that spiraled out of control. It's a war against the fucking forces of entropy. Understand? Do whatever it takes to stop them. Defeat them. Gut them. If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it. Fucking hell. You don't get it. But you will. You will one day. I made stickers. You want them? Come get them.